So we are about to see a plane take off from Reagan Airport across the water. And there she goes. So yeah, this is quite a scenic spot. We are at an island that is in the middle of Washington, D.C. called Hains Point. And it looks very different from the rest of the city. I guess in a sense you can kind of think of Central Park and how that is. How it's just this kind of natural oasis right in the middle of the city. And that's what we have here in Washington, D.C. This is Hains Point. It's this big island that is right in the middle of everything. And most of it consists of a golf course that takes up the middle part. And you have a kind of a park area with picnic benches. You have people out fishing. And here's the Potomac River. There is a plane about to land, and that is Reagan National Airport across the water. That's actually in Virginia, Arlington, Virginia. And there is the Arlington skyline directly across. Over there, we can see the Air Force Memorial. There are these 3 spires coming out. And directly next to it, to the bottom right, is the Pentagon. And I think I hear another plane getting ready to take off. Reagan Airport is one of the world's, well, it's one of America's busiest airports at least. So there are always planes taking off and landing here. And there's actually a park across the way where the park is so close to the airport that if you go to this park, you can see the planes land, and it's about as close as you can come to a plane that is still in the sky. They get so close, you can very easily read what kind of plane it is on the side. You can almost see the people through the windows, although I have not been able to do that. But you almost could. That's how close you get. But I wanted to show you a little bit of Hains Point over here. Now, Washington, D.C. actually has another much larger park. It's called Rock Creek Park. It's another natural oasis, but the thing about that is it's kind of far away. It's out kind of on the outskirts of the city, whereas this is very, very central. You could walk from here. You could easily walk to the Jefferson Memorial. You could walk to the National Mall, although it's not a short walk, but it totally is a doable walk. There's a plane that just took off. It's totally a doable walk. And right across from us, these are cherry trees. There's a whole grove, I guess you could say, of cherry trees. So going left to right from across the street. Sadly, they are not in bloom yet. They are still empty. But cherry blossom season actually has already begun. There are cherry blossoms in bloom in other places. This one is starting. You can see it up here. It's getting started. There are some trees that are in complete bloom in other parts of the city, but for some reason not over here, and I don't know why. But just all these trees over here, you can just imagine them just being completely white, full of cherry blossoms, and it will be that way sooner than later. Hopefully sooner. These guys are already getting started. I don't know why some bloom sooner than later. It's just how it is. But I'm gonna walk you up along the water here just to get a bit of a vibe, a sense of what it's like over here. You know, you go downtown DC, and it's full of people. It's a big business district, and then you get to a little south of there, and it's more of the tourist area with the National Mall and all the memorials and museums and visitors. And then you come over here, which is still a walking distance, from there. And it's just all nice and like this, like there's nobody here. There's very few people around, and it's just so possible to just get away from everyone. If you really want to get away from the world, come out here to Hains Point. And I definitely would like to get back out here to see the cherry blossom trees just in their full glory when the time comes. Oh, I made a mistake. That is not the Arlington skyline. Well, technically it is part of it. That is Crystal City over there. That is Crystal City. The Arlington skyline, it may be hard to see from on this camera, but all the way in the back behind that train that's moving to the left, that's the Arlington skyline. Oh, there's a plane just took off. There it goes. I saw a little further up, there is the what's left of a little memorial to the victims of that plane that crashed here in the Potomac earlier this year, just a couple months ago. A plane crashed into an Army helicopter, and there's a little setup here. I guess I'll take some separate footage of that and add it to this later. Here's some kids coming up on Lime scooters. But there's a little kind of makeshift remains of a memorial, which I believe is for the victims of that crash. Although nothing specifically says it. There are some ice skates that were left there, and some of the victims were professional ice skaters. That was something that you saw in the news a lot when it happened. So yeah, when I get up there, I'll take some separate footage because it's still a ways away. So I'll go ahead and pause this here and come back to that one. Okay, so here it is. And this felt like maybe a 15-minute walk from where I was just speaking by the cherry trees. And at first you may not know what this is for, but again, like I mentioned just before, there were some professional ice skaters that were killed on the flight, and here we have a pair of skates, two pairs of skates. They look kind of small. I don't know if these are children's sizes or just for, I don't know, small people, small adults. But anyway, they are definitely ice skates. We got some little rubber duckies. Don't know the significance of that, and I especially do not know the significance of this unopened pack of turkey breast. Yeah, maybe this was meant for someone. I'm guessing this was meant for someone in particular, because there's a picture frame here where the picture is gone. It looks like it's been broken into and the picture is missing. And this is an electric candle. So this may be a specific person who liked turkey breast. And down here we've got some kind of like chapstick, and I don't know what that is, but I'm guessing these are things that represent whoever this was meant for. And we've got a little wooden cross, a whole flower setup over here, a whole bunch of flowers that have died a long time ago. Sadly, someone has used it as garbage. Put their little plastic cup in there. That's sad. But yeah, I'm guessing this is for one of the victims of that of light since it's the ice skates or the giveaway. I'm no CSI detective, but I think I can piece that together, unless it is for something else entirely. I mean, who knows, but it is right next to the Potomac River where this crash happened. And we have a slightly different view since we're closer to town. There's Crystal City over there, but basically the same. And we've got these look like magnolias starting to bud, and pretty much the same view. All right, so I'll go ahead and stop this here, and like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one. Take care, guys.